Our verse for today comes from Acts chapter 20, verse 35, where the Apostle Paul is speaking and shares these words. In all this, I have given you an example that by such work we must support the weak, remembering the words of the Lord Jesus, for he himself said, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." Part of what I find fascinating about this verse, and I really wish I could find out more about it, is Paul says that Jesus himself said, "It's more blessed to give than to receive." But we can't find that exact verse or statement in any of the Gospels. Now, Jesus clearly says things about giving, but he doesn't use those exact words that Paul quotes. So part of me, as someone who's studied the New Testament and the Bible, you wish you knew where was the source that provided that statement of Jesus and what else might have been a part of it. But more importantly is the idea behind it, that it is more blessed to give than to receive. It's an old saying or an old illustration that preachers often use, but it's still valid, and that is, why is the Dead Sea dead? And it's because it only receives, the Jordan River flows into the Dead Sea, but nothing ever goes out of it. And just like the Dead Sea is dead because it takes and takes and takes and it never gives, the same thing can happen to us as people. It's more blessed to give than it is to receive because there is a dynamic to giving, to relinquishment, to sharing that enlarges our life and our heart and our spirit. And part of why we give also, very importantly, that Paul touches on in these verses is we must support the weak. And that again is a critical part of authentic biblical faith that we see both in the Hebrew Bible, in the Torah, in the prophets, and in the New Testament in the teaching of Jesus and the early church. Caring for the poor, the orphan, the alien, the widow, the weak, those in need is always a hallmark of genuine biblical faith. Selfishness, apathy when it comes to the weak or those in need is always a sign of a faith that is not yet that of Jesus, who said it is more blessed to give than to receive.